beautiful people of the internet. My name is Tenshi. I am a cosplayer here in Florida, and this video is actually a review of Animate Miami 2014. I haven't done one of these video reviews about a con since MetroCon 2011, so it's been about 3 years now. I'd like to start off talking about some of the pros and cons about the convention. Cons at the con. Okay, I'm so sorry. So let's talk about some pros. First of all, as far as SuperCon goes, it felt very spacious this year at Animate. I didn't go to Animate last year, so I don't know exactly how big of a convention it was. I do know that this year I felt like it was there was plenty of room for me to like walk around without feeling suffocated or molested. So that was great, especially because I was wearing a skirt, and the last time I wore a skirt at SuperCon was when I was Juliet, and I got a lot of people trying to take images and pictures and videos of me from angles I did not approve of. The costume contest pre-judging was it was very organized this year, so that was great. Really proud of them for that. I believe that was more so because the Heroes of Cosplay were filming there. I had to sign a little release form and everything, so you might see me derping around at Heroes of Cosplay, like making faces such as this one. My very, very handsome faces. But I think that it was because that they were there that the prejudging seemed a little more organized. It could also be because I was third in line for prejudging, so it went by very quickly for me. So that was good. And they just had you come in, sign a release form, take a couple of pictures, and then go in and meet the judges, which of course was my biggest failure because I don't know how to communicate with human beings. No, seriously. I think they may have thought that I am special needs. I was just like, I made this. This is my costume. Made it. I just didn't know what to say. I suck at that kind of stuff. I didn't want to be like, oh, look at the excellent quality of my fluffy Sailor Senshi bow. I don't know. I just didn't know what to say. It's hard for me to like talk myself up. And overall, I didn't go to any panels. I never do. I am so bad. I spend $30 to go to a convention. I only went Saturday. And I don't do anything. I just walk around and hang out with my friends. That's pretty much it. I never go to panels. I never meet anybody. It was still, other people look like they had a lot of fun at panels and stuff, so that's great. I'm really happy for them. Let's move on to some of the cons. The actual the contest, the costume contest. As usual, with most SuperCon events, was scheduled for 8:30 and didn't start until probably closer to 9:30. Even though they told us to line up at 7:15, so we arrived like good little Samaritans, my friend Miguel and I, at 7:15, and it was a mess. It was like, okay, everybody stand in line. So we stood in line. Okay, just kidding, go sit down at the opposite side of the room. So we sat down. Okay, get back up now. So we got up. Now walk over here. Okay, now walk over there. Okay, stand in line by your numbers. Don't forget your numbers. Okay. Just kidding, we're separating you guys by groups. So novices, follow me. It's pretty much what it felt like. It was awful. They separated us, and then we had to be in line by number, and we were, and then somebody came by reading names off of a list, and they skipped my name, and then I was like, excuse me, you skipped me, and they just pulled me out of line, didn't tell me anything, had me stand off to the side, like an awkward derp, and then they continued through the lines, left me there for like 15 minutes on my own. I kept asking volunteers what was wrong. Nobody had an answer for me until finally the guy came back and was like, what's your name? And then I was like, it's blah blah blah. And he was like, oh, just kidding, you go right back where you were standing, you brilliant creature, you. Then we were in line for like 2 hours because they had to get the audience pumped up, which took forever. There were some nice people in line with me, though. I talked a lot with a Caitlyn cosplayer. She was doing a gender bend version of Caitlyn, and her costume was great. She was really sweet, so that was fun. That was the biggest con, honestly, just the costume contest. Felt disorganized. Some of the volunteers were very, very friendly. They were very understanding. There was one volunteer that came through and told everybody, you know, hey, thank you so much for your patience. We really appreciate it. You know, we appreciate you guys waiting in line here for so long. So thank you. We just want you to know we appreciate you. And I was like, that's sweet. But then there was also other volunteers. They were kind of a little crabby. Hey, Mr. Krabs over there. No, but yeah, they were a little rude. You know, a lot of unnecessary yelling. Like, I understand you need to raise your voice because there were so many cosplayers. I mean, I was number 82, and I wasn't even the last one. So there was at least like 100 cosplayers in line. So I understand you need to raise your voice a little bit, but there's a difference between speaking with your diaphragm and just screaming at cosplayers. Like, don't be rude. You don't need to talk about us like we're some kind of alien species. We can't hear you. I'm so sorry. There's a billion of us. Talk about some of the cosplays that I saw. There were a lot of really good ones this year. There was an Iron Patriot cosplay that was absolutely phenomenal. Really, really great. I didn't really get a chance to talk to him, so I don't know too much about him. I don't know too much about the construction of it. I just know that it was it looked great. It made a lot of the sounds. It was, you know, very, very functional. It was really great construction, really great costume. And he seemed really friendly to those that he was speaking to. So, good job, Iron Patriot guy. Yeah. There was a Warhammer costume that was phenomenal. To die for. It was great. I heard from somebody at the con that was his first ever cosplay. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but if it was your first cosplay, Warhammer guy, yeah. Good job. Good job. He won Best in Show, and with good reason. Awesome construction. Beautiful. And another guy that was dressed, I think, from D. Gray Man. I don't know the series, but he had, like, this big, like, lady on his shoulders, like that. Just like that. And, yeah, that seemed cool. So much Attack on Titan. So much. So much. Like, at least 420 Mikasa, whatever her name is. I don't know the series. It was also ElsaCon 2014. There was at least 14 Elsas from Frozen. And don't get me wrong, I love Frozen. Great, fantastic movie. And so I completely understand why everyone wanted to dress up from Frozen. Who doesn't want to be Elsa? I feel like Elsa right now. I just want to sit here and be like, let it go, let it go. But and then, of course, for every Elsa, there was at least one Jack Frost, because that's the new hip Disney pairing. And it makes sense, but, I mean, there were so many. There was, in line with me at the costume contest, a Jack Frost that was, like, spot on, and his Elsa was really great, too, and they were very nice people. I mean, they were kind of sprinkling glitter everywhere, and I was kind of like, okay, let's not with the glitter. But they were really nice and very in character. There was also an Oogie Boogie cosplayer that kept singing the Oogie Boogie song. He was fantastic. And then on just a more personal note, I got to see a lot of old friends, some that I haven't seen in a while, and some that I see pretty often, but still, it was really fun being around them. And I got to meet new friends, which any of you that actually follow my page know that I have been dying to meet new cosplayers, because I was getting lonely. Some of the people I met were through other friends, and then some people were just I met, you know, derping around, including I did meet my friend Crystal introduced me to somebody else named Carlos that was a really, really great guy, really funny. That whole group was really funny, but special shout out to Carlos because he bought me this Sailor Mercury plushie. Look at her. Look at how cute she is. She's just so precious. She's great. I'm so happy that I have her. Saw her and I was so happy to see her, but I was like broke like a joke. and Carlos, being the really great Samaritan that he is, I guess heard me fangirling over this plushie, and he bought it for me, which was really, really sweet. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and that was the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me at a con. So yeah, say bye. Bye. And like I said, I got to meet some new cosplayers. I had business cards. I gave out like 10 maybe. I was really bad about it, but I made like these little business cards with my name and some of my info on it. And this is like a sheet that I hadn't like cut with like the slicer machine yet. But I gave some of these out to some people that I thought were in great cosplays I took some pictures of, and then also some people that took pictures of me. I just figured that it's a good way for me to start networking with other cosplayers, because I really do love meeting you guys, and I really do love hanging out with you guys at cons. So if we're not friends, we should be friends, and you should definitely like my page on Facebook or send me a message, and we can talk on the internet and hang out at anime conventions and plan some cosplay groups. Hey, I mean, who doesn't like to cosplay with other people in a group? It's fun, exciting, and motivating. And if you're not from Florida, we can be friends too, because I'm sure I'll end up at a con someday that's not in Florida, and we can still hang out, and it'll be awesome. So, well, that's pretty much it. Overall, I had a lot of fun. It was my first convention in a really long time. I've been out of commission in ages. I hadn't been to a con since AFO 2012. I'm really glad I got to spend some time with old friends, new friends, red friends, blue friends. Well, if you watched this whole video, thanks for sticking around. And bye! Oh wait! I'm wearing a cat shirt. Look at it. It's got a cat on it. I'm also wearing a wig because I'm having a bad hair day and it's 10 in the morning. Bye!